I'm thinking top floors with the city view. It's a rock when I want a nigga like Diddy do. I'm thinking companies, model bitches and love.
It's your boy Generous in the
Slick. You know what I mean? 1/5 of the Heartstoppaz.
You know what I'm saying? John Skinner and the Heartstoppaz.
So when did you niggas really like start producing like together? You know what I'm saying? Like as the Heartstoppaz.
Damn. That I don't.
2005?
Nah,
No,
it was
2004.
Nah, we was still in high school.
It was probably 05, 06.
It was like 04, probably. I'll say 04.
It was 04 for me.
Yeah. Cause
There was an original owner. Well, original starter, member of the team. His name is One. Him and Skeen kind of were the first ones to kind of come up with the name.
To this day.
Till this day, his beats are still thumping,
man,
heavy.
familiar.
Yeah, you're familiar with the tunes.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
You know what I'm saying? And they started, and Slick came into the picture. I'm sure he can explain how he got involved in the situation.
We just all started with when Ben gave us Fruity Loops, and it was just a little competition as young niggas just trying to outbeat each other and shit like that. And then him and One came up with Heartstoppaz, and I was like, yo, that shit's ill. And they came out with a different sound. At that time, I was like, yo, I gotta get down. That's when niggas really got on that sampling shit. I was like, I gotta get down. And sooner or later, he was down like a month later.
I was actually the last member to join.
Was you?
Yeah, I was the last one.
Oh yeah, my nigga Wags was next up.
Yeah. It was him
Wags.
and One, and then him and Wags.
Joined the
They
fold.
came together to form the full Heartstoppaz, and then I ended up calling it after. Before then it was P3, and that's a whole nother.
That's not talking about.
It was P3 and MP.
We're not
That's
gonna
going too far back into the tunes.
So who makes the Heartstoppaz and who? Like as a whole, what's the Heartstoppaz? How many of y'all? Like for those that don't know, like you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of in a tough situation because I've been around you for a while and I know, but for those that know, because right now it honestly seems like when you hear that Heartstoppaz name, if you don't know any better, you think John Skino. You know what I'm saying? So just let people know who else is a part of the Heartstoppaz. Like as far as introducing yourselves and the members that aren't here.
Well, while I patch up this blunt, I think Skeen's the best to kind of introduce the rest of the world to the rest of the Heartstoppaz.
Alright, well, now there's. I don't want to say there's always been 5.
Nah, it hasn't always been 5. It's been, well, yeah, it was 5, then 4, then 5.
Finalized.
Finalized, yeah, 5. Skino, of course. Me,
Slick.
Mike Slick, Generous, Wags, my nigga Kit, who's a monster. He's not here right now, but
Mr. Just.
Yeah, Mr. Just, Skrilla. But that's my other partner, who's just retarded when he comes up with shit. But it's you know what I mean. It's 5 of us now.
All of you have a different drop to your beats. Like, what made you come up with that Heartstoppaz drop and each be individualized? Was it like a conscious decision to be like, this is how I'm gonna separate my shit from his? This, you know what I'm saying? This is how we gonna distinguish? Or it's just like niggas just wait and did their own thing.
Drop?
Like everybody has the Heartstoppaz drop, but each of them sounds different. Like you know what I'm saying? Skino got the seal drop.
Just the way of
Wags with the deeper bass in the drop or some shit like that, or
it's just a way of like knowing, cause amongst ourselves, if without a drop we could tell whose beat is who. You know what I mean? We know each other's styles, but outside of Heartstoppaz, you know what I mean? Like people might not notice that, so it's just a way to
distinguish who's
who.
And each of you, how would you describe your style? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they are significantly different, like, you know what I'm saying? And I might be biased, but I think all you niggas is dope. Like, I was just telling Generous at one point, I was like, yo, yeah, you was smashing all the niggas. Then I was like, then Skino got on his shit. Then I had new slick shit, and I'm like, yo, you niggas gotta get back to work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at each point of me hearing your music, I always feel like one of you is standing out at that time. But then it's like you're all right there, and then the shit just rotates. You know what I'm saying? So for someone that doesn't know just by hearing, what distinguishes each of your different sounds? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you have a certain lane? Like, is it the trap music? Is it that radio shit? Is it, you know what I mean?
Well, with me, I'm a drummer. This is what this stands for. This is a drum key. I always wear it around. It's a, it's a special thing to me. Brings me back. Keeps me grounded in a sense. I always say it's a key to my heart. You know what I'm saying? But no homo on that. But for me, the drums always played a role as to how my beats sound, cause I think like a drummer. You know what I mean? So I think on a different. Each of us have our different instrument that we kind of, specialize in a sense.
Yeah, or sound or.
Something that we kind of, like more, an instrument that we favor, more than others.
When people ask me, like, my style is just weird, because it's like, sometimes I could sound like him, sometimes I could sound like Skino, but that's just because these are the only niggas who really influence my music. Like, I'll check with these niggas, like, let me hear some beats, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'll go back and flip it into my own thing, but...
Yeah, that's real, though.
My shit is like, man, I like to experiment a lot, so I say my shit's experimental, but I like a lot of live music too, man. Like, I come from a musical family, so like you hear like a lot of live feel, like piano, bass, drums. Like, it's always on some crazy shit. Like, I like to try to get your heart pumping with my shit sometimes. So yeah, I just like to experiment with my shit, really.
Fair enough.
I think the fact that it's 5 niggas in a crew that all have their own, I guess, feel to music. So whenever I hear something from Generous, and it's like, like the times that he's dropping shit and it's just like back to back, just fucking hits. I kind of go as to, I gotta outdo Generous. So with that, I feel like we make each other better.
Word.
Whenever we hear one of us, we're not gonna sit there and be like, that shit's fire. We're not gonna hate on it.
No,
we're gonna be like, yo, that shit's fire.
What I was saying earlier.
Like, you're on your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
But also, if we're honest with each other. If we don't like a beat, we'll say it to each other. We're not.
This is
Yo, we'll say
that,
say that shit to each other. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we even feel a type of way when we say it to each other now, cause it's like we're so honest with each other. Other niggas may have yes men in their crew.
You know what I tell niggas? I be like, yo, Skino is the soul to Heartstoppaz. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I can say that too. I can see that.
He's the soul. Like, this nigga got his samples, like, and the sample selection is so crazy. And it's you know what I mean?
Crate niggas, son.
Dog, this nigga gets the craziest. Like, I sit here and watch this nigga, I be like, yo, what? How the fuck do you find these samples? You know what I mean? But he goes in and looks for the craziest samples, man, and he just brings that soul, man.
I seen this man sit. I don't know where the fuck we were. I think he was at a bar or some shit. And this nigga straight Shazammed the song that was on the jukebox in the bar. He was like, yeah, I'm getting that. Like, put this shit.
Shazammed it.
So I'm getting that.
That's how it happens, man.
Nah, I mean, that's dope as fuck, though.
Niggas don't have
That's how you
time
know
to ask.
the gears is always turning. You know what I'm saying? That's dope shit, man.
You don't have time to ask somebody, go to the owner,
Yo, what's
the name of the song? Niggas gotta go look at the CD case and shit.
I just find that to be dope as hell, man.
I mean, on the subject of yes men, I think that's what it is in Rhode Island. Like,
Absolutely.
Cause it's just like someone's putting out shit, and everybody be like, yo, that's hot. Like, but I'll sit there and be like, yo, and I'm not gonna say which artist I said it to, you know what I'm saying? But I said it to some artists, like, yo, like, I'll give them a beat and they send me back some shit. I'll be like, man, you could have went in more. Like, I know you got it in you.
But see,
and they take it
fuck all that politically correct shit, Slick.
Yo, yeah,
I understand.
that shit was whack. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? But it's like I'll tell them that, and they think it's so sour instead of saying like, yo, how are we gonna better this shit? Like, my whole thing is like, yo, I don't wanna always just send you beats and you send me some shit back like,
Absolutely.
yo, get in the studio with me, you know what I mean? And we figure some shit out, and that way.
Tell that to the camera, to the rappers that's gonna
get
watch
in the fucking
shit.
studio with your producers, man. It's not even just me, your producers, your engineers, and whoever in your squad that's gonna tell you your shit's whack. that's who you need to be in the studio with on some real shit.